I'm Kate Josephine Johnson from Heritage Business Services, and I make my living running a bookkeeping business that specializes in the FreshBooks software. But sometimes I talk with entrepreneurs who are just starting out and they have a dream, but they don't have the time or energy or resources to build out a full financial tech stack. So in this video, I'm going to be talking to that kind of person. I'm going to take you behind the scenes to explain how Relay Financial is a business banking platform that has enough tools that it can be the financial tech stack of a small business that's just starting out. And then it can grow to provide the full suite of banking services if you do decide to grow a large enterprise. This video is part of a 3-part series that you can access at HeritageBusinessServices.com/banking-course. It is free to access, y'all. Video number 1 explains my reasoning why I think that all businesses need a bank account before a bookkeeping software. This here is the second video where I make the case that Relay is a great choice because of all the features that it has that makes it almost a bookkeeping software, y'all. Video 3 is a 5-minute walkthrough of the spreadsheet template that I use to do a full year of bookkeeping in a Google Sheet just by downloading the CSV from the business bank account. And that template works no matter what bank you use if you set things up like the way I explain in the full course of these videos. I also did bonus video number 4, where I will give you 2 reasons why I think you should avoid a credit card in the first year of business. I believe I make a very strong case, and it's probably not for the reasons that you think I'm going to say. But this is video number 2. So let's see if I make a good argument that the features in Relay make it about 85% of the way to being a bookkeeping software. And it has these features completely for free, y'all. I'll list them out quickly now, and then we'll take a closer look at each one. It's got invoicing, including recurring invoicing. It's got bill pay, including collecting W-9s, so you have what you need to send a 1099 to someone. It's got receipt capture. It's got user access, including team access and accountant access. It's got spend management, including really great controls so you can let your team have cards, they can have limits set so they can't commit extensive fraud. And it has profit first style automated savings accounts. Let's dive into each one of these. So let's start with invoicing. Y'all, it was the missing piece. I could not have made this video last year because at that point I would not have felt comfortable suggesting that Relay could replace a bookkeeping software in the early days of a business. But they just launched invoicing, and these invoices look as good as any other invoicing tool. Y'all, they look really good. And along with invoicing, they have the ability to accept payments by having a pay button on the invoice. Y'all, that's mind-blowing. No more chasing payments. And y'all, they didn't stop there. About 2 months after announcing they have created the invoicing feature, they announced, drumroll, recurring invoices. Oh my goodness, recurring invoicing is so important. Though recurring invoices does require you to pay a monthly fee, but I understand having to pay for that feature totally. It would be worth it if you need that. And then the next thing on their development roadmap is the newest rage in American payments market, and that is that they're building a feature that more and more invoicing and payment platforms are building, which is called surcharging, where you can turn on a toggle that forces your customers to pay the credit card processing fee if they choose to pay by credit card. So even if we just stop there, Relay for your business banking needs would be miles ahead of other banking choices. So if I've convinced you already, you can go to HeritageBusinessServices.com/relay if you'd like to use my referral link to say thanks for pointing you in the right direction for your new business banking. Also going to be a link below. But this is not the only great feature, so stick with me. Next, we've got a feature that I find myself using, and it is that you can schedule bills to be paid, which is not so crazy. But the crazy good part is that there is a button that you can turn on that will not let your vendor accept the cash you're trying to pay them until they upload their W-9. And W-9s are critical to be able to issue 1099s at the end of the year. This feature alone will reduce so much stress at the end of the year. Next is receipt capture. Every time I swipe my little Relay debit card, I get a text message saying I need to upload my receipt. And y'all, I'll tell you, I think you are much more likely to completely break up with a bookkeeping software than to completely break up with a bank. It costs you nothing to keep your Relay account open. So storing those receipts inside Relay for posterity is a less risky place than in the bookkeeping software that you might break up with and will have to extract all your receipts. Another hot feature is user access. So most bookkeeping softwares tout that they've got different user permissions, and you can have multiple users on your account to do administrative tasks. As you grow, you do not want to have to do all those administrative tasks yourself. So check out all these very thoughtful permission levels that Relay offers. And this isn't even showing that you can also invite accountants with a different type of access too. Another win for Relay building a banking platform that smells awfully like a bookkeeping SaaS application. All right, spend management is next. You might not have a team your first year, but if you do, and when you do grow, you'll be thrilled about these features. They have built up an incredibly robust expense management system. You can easily spin up physical and virtual cards for your team members and set all kinds of rules around spending, like daily limits and monthly limits or receipt requirements. You can limit that to certain vendors. Y'all, there are expense management apps for teams that businesses pay for that do less than this. This is free with Relay. Next, let's peek at the automated rules for transfers for savings. Relay is the official banking platform of Profit First, the Profit First brand. Now, if you've heard about Profit First, I do think that it can be a bit of overkill for many business owners who are moderately responsible with their money. But I don't have any problems with setting up automated savings rules, and Relay has really dug in deep with building very robust systems for automating rules around internal transfers between accounts. Check out some of these features where you can show percentages and when to do it. And if you're listening to this and are someone who has never saved part of your income ever, Relay will be life-changing for you. Simply automating saving 15% of every deposit that goes into your income account to set aside for your federal taxes could be life-changing for you and to me the difference from staying in business or not being able to go the distance, y'all. So, a business banking platform that does all that for free? Yes, Relay does it all for free. Again, do your own research, but if I presented a compelling argument, I'd appreciate you using my referral link for Relay. Click the link below or go to HeritageBusinessServices.com/relay to access that referral link. And don't forget to go to HeritageBusinessServices.com/banking-course to access the other videos in this series and the downloadable spreadsheet if you're taking those first scary steps towards building a new business and you want to follow that simple financial system in the early days while you're proving that your idea has merit in the marketplace. Keeping things simple in these early days will increase your chance of success and will certainly reduce the stress that messy financial and administrative systems provide. Also, y'all, that local credit union that you're considering, God bless them, but they just don't have the technical experts that are going to build all the necessary computer code and with the integrations to keep up with how rapidly business software is changing. You'll be very sad if you use your local credit union if you ever decide to choose FreshBooks as your bookkeeping tool. I promise you the connection to the bank will be dreadfully buggy inside of FreshBooks. Speaking of FreshBooks, please reach out or comment on this video if you want my advice about whether FreshBooks is a good bookkeeping software for you when it is time for you to upgrade to a more robust bookkeeping system. I hope this system works well for you. Let me know if you need help with using the Google Sheet template for that first tax year. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm Kate Josephine Johnson, and I help businesses build their business legacy.